Hey everybody, Joe here, and today I am going to take you through how I set up a journal. This journal specifically, it's not necessarily a bullet journal or an art journal. I don't like those terminologies. You know, I've been doing this for quite a while now and everything kind of blends together. So call it whatever you like, but this one is probably the closest thing you're going to see me do to a bullet journal. It's going to have sections for work, sections for daily diary, personal observations, things like that. Now I set mine up a little differently. This is a small one because I have a few things that I need to accomplish in the next few months. I'm going to say the next 6 months. So I'm using a smaller journal because I don't want to haul around something like this. I have a smaller one ready to go that I really want to crack into. Beautiful piece here. This is a, not a Carta. Is it a Carta? I don't remember. But, you know, this is just, it's a very nice book. It's very great quality paper. The journal that I'm going to set up is going to be very workmanlike. I need to get down to business, so I don't necessarily want to haul around something this size. You know, these are books that I use kind of in one place at the end of the day, at home, at my desk. They're a lot more reflective. They're a lot more, you know, meditative, whereas this is a lot more pragmatic and practical. I'm going to be doing sections in this book. Now, normally what I do is when I'm using a book this size is I just use these nice little ribbons here, and what I do is each ribbon is for a different section and you can just kind of flip to it when you need it. But for these smaller ones I do this kind of indexing section, something that I stole directly from Filofax back in the day, and I make these myself. I'm going to show you how I make them. Now, most bullet journals, the way they work is they have, I'm sure most of you are familiar, you have a daily diary section with to-do lists, and those tasks are carried forward, things that you didn't complete, that sort of thing. I still have the same type of setup, except I tend to keep all of my to-dos in one place. The reason for this is because I don't, some things I just can't complete on the day, and rather than, move everything from one day to the next, I just keep it all in one section. Plus, I also like to see what I've accomplished, so this helps with that. So, I have this little leather folder, this little leather cover rather, which is what I use on top of these when I use the smaller books. And, back when I was using these bigger pieces that I showed you before, I actually carried a smaller moleskin that had, a to-do section, and had this index section that I made by hand. But I'm going to use one of these thin ones. So the first thing I like to do is write down all of the sections that I am going to need. So I know I'm going to need a to-do section. I know I'm going to need a work section, things dedicated specifically to work. I know I'm going to need a daily diary, and I know that I'm going to be putting some things together, little construction jobs and things like that around the house and up north. So I'm going to call that projects. And then for these YouTube videos and other little extracurricular things, I'm going to need a section for that too. So I'll just call that creative projects. All right. I think that should do it. To do, work, diary, projects, creative projects. You know what? I should call this household projects. Let's do that. All right. So I think we have everything. Just to be sure, I'm just going to do a little recap. This one was crazy. Like, I had stuff for everything here. I have, different categories for work. Too much going on. Way too much going on. Miscellaneous. This is a busy year, and I got a lot done, but I don't think I needed this much. Where's the to-do section? Oh yeah, here it is, back here. So that's always bad too. When you have one section going over top of another section, you got too much going on. So I've learned my lesson here, and I'm going to compress a lot of this stuff. All right, so let's do that. So this book has about 40 pages. It has 40 pages exactly. So we've got 5 sections. So I got 5 sections. We got 40 pages. So that's 8. So we're going to have 8 pages per section. Easy peasy. All right. So here's what I do. Score alongside. And I think, sometimes I use this little brother label maker to do the sides, but I think I'm going to hand print these ones just cause. So our first section is going to be our diary section. So if I give myself, I'm going to give myself about that much space to write the word diary. And then next I'm going to put work. Next, like that. Then I'm going to put to do right about there. Then I'm going to put household projects. Then I'm going to put creative projects. And you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do one more section for quotes and observations, because I've been doing that a lot. I've been looking at things a lot. Now this doesn't look very even. So I'm just going to take a long ruler here, and I'm probably going to divide it a little better. So I've got my thing here. I'm going to go down all the way here. How much space do I have? I got just over, so I got, sorry, I have to count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we should have 7/8 from the bottom as well. So it's going to come to right about here. So I'm going to add a section. So it's 6 into 40 is roughly 7 pages each. All right. So we're just going to put this section here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I think each section should be, let's go approximately 1 inch. 7 inches is, well, no, actually, we can probably do 7. Why don't we try that? We'll give each section 1 inch. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let me see how much space I have. I got just so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths. All right, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do that instead. Sorry everyone, you're seeing all the... Okay, so this is what I do. I'm gonna get my little kit here. Oops. Take out this one right here. Okie doke. So, I'm going to count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm going to put this ruler underneath. And are you ready? I'm gonna need a new piece here in a sec. So I'm gonna go like, you said 7 inches? 7 inches. So I'm gonna go from here all the way down like this. It's a little sloppy, I gotta be honest with you. And I'm going to cut these pieces out. Make sure this is perfect up here. Jeez. Sorry, I'm getting right in here, guys. And then we're just going to cut across the top. Oh. Okay. And just a little more here. Nice. And down like this. Down like that. Awesome. So there's our first. Oh, we got a dangler. There's our first piece, right like that. That's our first tab. Then we're going to do this again. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we lay our ruler down like this. Okay. Measure off another inch, which is right to here. There we go. And then we're just going to oh man. Oh, sorry, I have to do that again. Oh Lord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're just going to cut. I'm going to go freehand here because I'm pretty confident about what I'm doing. It's not that thick a paper. Did I just, yeah I did. So I did cut that. So I'm going to have to tape that first one. Damn it. Alright. Just cut these out. Lift this up. And cut these out here. Alright. So I am going to tape that first little bit because it's screwed up. But that's okay. Alright. So we have our first two sections. Pretty simple. Let's do some maintenance here on the table. And I'm just going to switch this out for another knife. Beautiful. Go to the next section. So we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can skip ahead if you want, people. I won't blame you. And we're going to go for another inch. There we go. It's a little messier, but hey, remember this time not to cut it. A little too much of my blade exposed there. It's going to get a little ratty in here a little bit, but don't let that deter you. Okay, great, nice. All right. And keep on going here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 pages. We're on our 4th tab. Getting into it, getting into it. Inch right there. Just gonna cut this out, it's freehand. Alright. Pull it in, do the bottom. There we go. It's getting the deeper you go, gets a little more difficult to stay on a freehand line, so that's why I'm using the ruler. See if any of these will come loose on their own, and they will. So as you can, I don't know if you can see, it's probably too small, but what's happening in here is you're getting a little bit of buildup. So just clean it out. You just kind of gotta carve it out here. Come back for that. All right, and we're going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. actually, I think at this point, what we're going to do is, I've got two left, right? So, I don't have to, I'm going to go 5 and 5, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be that, and then that one. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not going to leave me with enough pages. So, what I'm going to do is for the to-do section and for the observations section, I'm going to make those ones smaller. So I'm only going to go for, let's go for 4 pages in the last section. So 1, 2, 3, or maybe just 3 will be fine. 1, 2, 3, and that leaves me with 4 pages for the last section. So let's do that. Let's go 3 and 3. Should be fine. You get the idea. Because those sections, if you look at my past books, they don't take up a lot. So, all right. I'll cut this out here. Perfect. Right like that. And I'm going to go freehand. This is going to be quite easy. Sorry if I'm covering it up here. Just going to pull my ruler down. This is getting annoying in here, so I'm going to clean this out. This little... Let me just fix this. Alright. Okay. So look at this. This is beautiful. So we have all of our tabs. Fairly neat cuts. A little rough in here in some places. But I can go back in and clean that up if I so desire. I don't think I desire to do so. But there you go. I've got all our tabs. And now we just have to write in what's what. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to write like this, orientate it this way. So this is the diary section right there. Then we are going to have our work section like that. Then we are going to have our, what I'm going to call our projects. I'm going to spell it correctly. We're going to have our projects. Then we're going to have our stuff for around the home. Then we are going to have our observations. Observations. I have to write that nicer. Then I'm going to have to do. And finally, we said, so we've got diary, work, projects, observations, to do, and we'll just call this miscellaneous. Beauty. Here's our first section. Then we can just flip quickly to our work section. Then we can flip to our project section, our home section, observations, quotes, things like that. To do, a couple of good pages here. And miscellaneous, I don't know what's going to go under miscellaneous. And then what I'll just do is I'll change over from this book which has a bunch of notes, things like that. Lots of nonsense, stamps, business card. And we just slide this in here, like so. Like this. And there you go. The only thing I need is my template. So this is the template that I use for making my storyboards. I also have the different social media formats here, so I can frame things up for social media. And it gets tucked right in like that. And boom. Off we go to work. I'll probably go back in and I'll do this in marker or whatever, but you get the idea. And that is literally how I set it up. Thank you. Thank you for watching this. Please subscribe, and I will see you next Saturday.